¿Qué pasó? It's your boy Trelane here. I got a recording for you. I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'm in the first camp, and ran across a book, and the book is titled An American Eden by Evelyn Miller. I found it fascinating, so I'm going to read it to you. Here it goes. They say that only the fool quotes himself, and I confess that along that ample reserve of stupidity, I have also been cursed with an excess of vanity. So the reader will forgive me if I quote myself. The real America can only be found not in desire, but in the purity of its landscape. This remark is commonplace enough, but in my commonplace mind, it resonated since I wrote it in a second rate book a few years ago. What did I mean by it? When I wrote it, I did not mean very much by it. I merely liked the turn of phrase, but since then, this idea has captured my mind. America is a land that is captivated by its own appetites. Of that, there can be no doubt. We are taught to cherish only the temporary feeling of satiety that repeated binging upon our appetites can ensure. Yet, this is not liberty. We are not free merely to choose a poison. We are free to think, to feel, and to be. We are free to live in this landscape, in this Eden, if we choose it so to be and live free from these unceasing desires. The very thing that hath plagued European man since the Enlightenment. The great sea of desire that leads to all mankind's consorted folly. Here in this landscape, so perfectly cherished by our native cousins, we, they, and all those who value it are free to worship at God's truest altar. The altar of the actual America. The soil, rock, and trees that make this vast and perfect place so perfect. Yet we bespoil it with European delusions. The delusion that we can compete with God, that our built environment can transcend His, that our factories and squalid conditions that arise in the town of which they are built will somehow allow us to be happy. We are not fools, for fools cannot see their idiocy. We are somehow worse than fools, for we will ourselves do things of such profound stupidity, despite knowing that we will hate what we have built. Who likes a factory? Which man's soul is ever lifted by a tenement building? Who enjoys seeing workmen reduced to wrenches and their wives and children treated not as cherished members of the family, but as an awful burden? We need better, and yet better is all around us. Better is America. By eliminating, by attempting to transform it into a poor impersonation of Europe, we are as Adam, eating once more of the apple, only this time knowing full well of the consequence. To free the American soul, the New World soul, we must free the American spirit from the poison in which we have placed it. We must return to the American landscape. We must seek our solace, our comfort, our very heaven in the perfection and splendor of this place. So when I read it, I was like, wow. So I just wanted to share with you. I think this is a very poignant piece reflective of the era and of what's going on, has been going on. This whole story is, they're trying to live their lives in a community. Everyone looks out for each other. Yes, they rob and they steal, but it's only to survive because all the corporations and the oils and the train, they're just trying to control everything. Law is being set so that people can be kept in control and be told what to do and be told what to buy, and you can no longer go out and hunt and get deer, build wherever you want, make a community wherever you want. This is starting to set the rule of government and free thinking man, man versus wild, man in the wild, man providing for himself and his family and his loved ones without being overly taxed or overly charged for something that they once themselves could just go out into nature and get and build their homes, build their settlements, like I said. So let me know if you find this piece interesting or if you have any comments. I found this really fascinating and I just wanted to share with you guys. Thanks. This has been iDreams Game Production.